good. Alright. Alright, so yeah, this is all messed up. I can't. There's no dialogue here, obviously. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Yeah, so the dialogue's a little bit different this time. However, I just saw an idol in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join in any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Okay, so basically what just happened was... it was basically simulating like a corrupt file, obviously, but what I mean is, it's kind of how the original game started off, and then it reverted, and it completely wiped everything out of that, so it's going to be different this time through. You bike to school? Oh, no kidding. No, that's awesome, really. Like, it's good exercise. I used to do the same thing. I used to bike to school and work and everything. It's really good for you. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Jack? That was weird. Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't see you there. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We don't know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys like a heads up. Basically, the woman who died, basically, she was originally like longtime friends with the main character. She probably got that from the beginning. And initially, she was the one to introduce the main protagonist, which is you, to the literature club. So things are very different right now. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature, too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Monica says she. Hey Jack, by any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would really make me happy. Or make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Ah, awesome. You're really sweet, Jack, you know that? It's nothing, really. Should we go, then? Apologize, guys, I'm not a voice actor, but... that would be pretty cool to be able to have different voices and stuff, but just to make it interesting. I'll look for the materials around another time. You're more important. Did you hear that, guys? She says I'm important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Sorry. I'm back. And I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Jack. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. How did you pronounce that name without skipping a beat? Which one? Well, I mean, I played the game before. Like I said. Like, I'm essentially playing through the game again, but it's different this time. So it's still very fresh, but... yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Jack in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica? Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was gonna... well, you know... Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Jack? Okay, so... first time through, Natsuki actually made cupcakes, because... the girl that... oh, that's fucked up. Wow. I just saw something. I'm gonna have to... it'll be a spoiler, but I'll have to kind of mention it, but... okay. Basically, like I said, you play through the game... like, I've already played through the game once. This is the girl that kills herself. For the first time through. She's actually, like, one of your closest friends. And at the end, at least in my story, she ends up hanging herself. And this is a picture of her. I just noticed that. That's really fucked up. Wow. So yeah, like, you just kind of walk in her room and she's just hanging there. It was just really... it wasn't even, like, gory or anything, but it was really disturbing. But, she was the one that screwed up. Yeah, I know. She was the one that gets you into the club, but now it's Monica because she's not in the game now. She's gone. And that's why you keep having these, basically like these, you know, quote, errors, end quote, that they put in the game. because the story is having to change. So she actually tells Natsuki ahead of time that you're going to be joining the club before you even agree to it, and so she makes cupcakes. But this time Natsuki didn't have cupcakes ready, so it's a little bit different. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. Boratal, what's up, dude? Welcome back. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? You see Stranger Things, it's like when Will switches between Upside Down and Real World. I've heard about it. Hell is what's up? Yeah, this game, right? Did you end up joining? I know you've been gone for a while, bro. But we'll make sure you feel it right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Oh, nice. Congratulations, dude. What are you studying for your MOS? There's a club before we graduate. Right, right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. So, Yuri was actually the woman that I was focusing. Being an army soldier sucks. Holy shit, you were right. Well, yeah. Well, it's kind of like I tell people, like, I can't really explain to people what it's like, you know what I mean? Because it's so different from how everybody sees everything, you know what I mean? Horizontal construction engineer? Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Is that a joke, Bora? You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. No joke? Horizontal construction engineer. What, like combat engineer? I've never heard that. Can't do anything in so many rules, yeah. Yeah, you had to wait all the way to AIT to even be able to jump in. They let you have your phone now? I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Jack, what kind of things do you like to read? Oh, I fuck with dirt, old heavy machinery and shit. I can only use phone on personal time during... Oh, wow, here you go. Well, I appreciate you coming in, dude, to, you know, like spending some of that time with me. I really appreciate it. I was wondering what happened, man. You know, I figured Because I remember you telling me, and then you were gone for a while, so I just assumed, you know? And... I have a... Like, I have a P.O. box if you want to write and stuff, dude. If you want. It's up to you, though. So... So, Jack, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. See, Zoebot misses you. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. So yeah, like I said, Yuri is kind of the one I was chasing after in the last playthrough. She's the one that I just clicked with. Like, basically, Yuri is she's a very deep and passionate, introverted woman. And she gets completely, absolutely absorbed into her reading. And, I don't know, I just found it fascinating. And she's always, like, making tea and stuff, and... That's just her. All the girls are very different. Like it basically says, even though they're all in this club together, you know, they all have their own individual personalities. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Yeah, basic camp was hell. My battalion was the first to do the forge. We rock marched about 40 miles in the course of 5 days. We slept in the woods for 5 days. Cold as fuck at night. My toes were numb for a week. The first day we marched 12 miles with about 80 pounds on our back in our M4. Yeah, sounds about right. Of course, when I was in, I had an M16. But you know me, I'm an old school bastard. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you out for a loop? So, I feel like there's something beneath the surface here that she's saying, or really that all of them are saying. I feel like the creators of this game really kind of put hints that you might miss the first time through. Oh, yeah. Hey, those are good, man. I told you. I dropped that thing off my bunk like multiple times. It still works to this day. Like, still works. And it's not the brightest light, but it works. You know what I mean? Like, it's just reliable to have. And they're cheap, too. They're super inexpensive, but they're strong as all hell. And very, very utilitarian, you know? They're just very useful with all the filters and the spare battery compartment and... The light is dim, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? So we found out, I'm not going to give away too much, but there's something about Yuri that's actually very dark. I'm not saying if it's like she's violent or anything like that. I don't know at this point, but there's something... I think there's something off about all of them, actually. I just think at this point it's only been revealed to me. Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. Give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you show them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Her hair? What about it? That thing is fun. Grenade launcher, the new grenades, which are awesome. Oh, I gotta ask, because I just read something recently. What grenade launcher were you guys training on? But yeah, what about her hair, Murphy? You must be willing to open up to your readers, exploiting your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Ugh. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Oh, her hair? No. That's not... No. You'll see. Just sit back and enjoy the ride, guys. You know? Yeah, I don't know. You're probably thrown off for a... You probably don't know a whole lot about this, Bora, I take it. This is a psychological horror game. I know it doesn't look like it, but it completely, utterly is. Just kind of giving you a heads up. This is actually a second playthrough. It's like a New Game Plus, basically. So, it's the same thing, but things are different. So it's not really the same thing at all. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. But yeah, like I said, the M16's there's a little bit less recoil, which is kind of funny. He misgendered me. I sexually identify as a cherry fruit roll-up. I'm gonna make a 30-minute YouTube video crying about it. We use the M320. It can detach from the M4 and be used as its own weapon. Oh yeah, no, I know about it. I was just wondering which one. Like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Jack? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. Yeah, it is. The recoil springs are longer, for one thing, and then the gas system is actually out further, and so there's just not as much pressure. There's not as much pressure, and then there's the recoil spring is longer, like I said. So, now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Very good, Murphy. Very good. Surprised you caught on to that. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Uh, the girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. See, how could you even, like... Oh no, I'm not gonna join, you know? I guess I need to tell you the truth, Jack. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members, and if we don't find one more before the festival... Oh, I know. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you gotta stay on them, dude. I can give you some tips, man. You know? And then, I don't know, if you ever deploy, you can... If you want to stay in touch, you know what I mean? I can send you stuff that'll help. When they get sad, they get shorter. Well, they slump over, yeah. And if we don't find one more member before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Jack? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Jack, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Oh, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Jack, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. This place is also full of retards. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not easy, man. You've been cramped with other dudes for so long and stuff. Or can say retards. I'll allow it. So yeah, did you you have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Of course. Yeah, well, basically, anytime somebody screws up, they just add more regulations, and so it just gets worse and worse over time. So, what make was your M4 anyway? Was it a Colt? Okay. It's kind of spoopy. I can't read any of this, obviously. Okay. So, I'm basically choosing certain words. Let's see. Chris, dark. As much time as I spent with that babe, I can't remember. Did they make you name him? Attention to detail, troop. So, unending. Fireworks. Peaceful. Disarray. So, as you guys can kind of see here, all I'm doing is picking words. And different words will be in alignment with each character, if that makes sense. And so, like when you see them jump up, when you watch their faces here, it kind of lets you know which one will like your poem more. Uncontrollable. I'm gonna go do other stuff before lights out. I'll see you guys another time. Have a good night. Alright, Bora. Yeah, definitely keep me updated, you know? And you can always PM me or whatever. Alright? Have a good night, dude. Philosophy. Judgment. It's like me honestly just picking the words that I like Yuri. Yuri's the one that I'm most aligned with, naturally. Just as far as, like, she's definitely the deepest writer and everything, and it just, you guys will see. Hi again, Jack. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jack. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already told him to, you already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. You're covering the words. They did that on purpose. I couldn't read that. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to assume here that anything that we see is done on purpose if it feels off. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying manga and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. So that picture is gone that we saw earlier. I'm sorry, Jack. Well, make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Well, wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Oh, no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just feel like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Yeah, so the view was different. If you notice, it was, like, canted just now. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Bro, how should she wash her hair in the shower? Very carefully. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask her. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be in the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I just wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them. It's super sweet. She buys me another book. But she doesn't want to admit it, you know? So, like, that's Yuri in a nutshell. Like, there's a lot more going on than she lets off, always, you know? I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about, anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. Oh, gosh. One second, guys. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. Oh my god. She didn't tell... Yeah, I'm pretty sure she doesn't say... She doesn't go too much into it last time. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Ah, foreshadowing? Just like the game we're playing? Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Jack? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then surely I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly... What the fuck? I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Yeah, like all those black, the black bordered words, those weren't there before, for sure. Like, not at all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. But yeah, just a heads up, like... it's obvious that we really need to pay attention to what's going on in this playthrough. Like, a lot. Why is the closet door open? I don't think it was open last time. But yeah, there's things that happen really quickly, I've noticed, this playthrough. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry, I was just bathing in the feeling of your body heat. What? Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry, I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, her shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way. So, instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Oh, I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides in under her thumb after it flips to her side. Hey Keyblades, welcome back, dude. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before, together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Yeah, this game. What's that look for, Key? It's good, I like it so far. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second-guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So, I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. So, like, this is basically like a New Game Plus type thing. Like I said, that's the only way I can really describe it. Everything that's happening is, like, most of it's the same, but it's different enough to where it's like playing the game all over again. For the first time, I mean. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Like, that didn't happen last time. Jack? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. I'm failing to see how her doing something often makes it okay. Like... Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? How about Natsuki? I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. It's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I need to show you mine. I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. So Yuri's still in the bathroom or whatever. Hi, Jack. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Jack. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get apart soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Jack. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, if it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing now, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so I don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Well, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Well, thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. So there's something there about Monica, that her outer demeanor is very different from how she feels on the inside, but she's very good at hiding it, which that could be a problem. But I guess we'll have to see. Well then, let's read it. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. It's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. I can't remember if this poem is the same. What I mean is if it's the same as it is the first time you play through the game. I think so, but maybe I'm just looking at it from a different perspective. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So basically, the game is actually, when Monica gives you tips, she's actually telling you, like giving you advice for the game. Music makes me want to bang my head against the wall for eternity. Why would you say that? So, just move your hand and go with the flow. It'll change up, Murphy. That's my advice for today. Save. Thanks for listening. Yuri's last. Here we go. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. Why would I say that? Because it's true? For eternity. That's very, It's very dramatic. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Really? Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Oh, you do? No kidding, Murphy. Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. What program do you use? She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. Oh, I gotcha. Writing style separate. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Oh, no, not at all, Murphy. No, sometimes, I mean, you do realize I'm running OBS right now. OBS Studio. See, a lot of people think you have to pay for a really decent program, and what I found is that if a program is open source, oftentimes it's actually better. Like, did you know that, Steam has a video editing software on it. It's called Blender. It's actually very good. There's a lot of people that make film reels, and they're very well done. And there's a lot you can do with it, but Blender is an open source program that anybody can download and use. So, and in addition, when you have an open source program, because there's so many people using it and they have access to it, there's usually a lot of support in forums and things like that. You know what I mean? So I don't doubt that it's pretty good. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm kind of... I like to ask because I like to see what people are using. Like for some like photo editing software, like I use GIMP, and it works really well. You know, and that's another open source game. I believe it's open source. It's free anyway. So yeah, don't ever be like embarrassed. Oh yeah, I use this program because it's free or whatever. Like even if let's say you wanted to pay money, or like let's say GIMP 2.9, yeah, exactly. So, and even if you wanted to, you know, put money down for a program, you could always just donate it to the people that put the free program. You know, I'm more likely to do that because I'm kind of like, you know, hey, thanks for putting good information out there, you know? Sorry guys, give me 1 second here. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm's breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I like that. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Jack. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. So it's kind of interesting that she says perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared. She says perhaps as if she's speculating when she's the one who wrote the poem. I find that very interesting. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, Jack. Me too. Excuse me. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Oops. Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Jack did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Jack liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Jack appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know you didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. But you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Jack started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as if you... As young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look, he's talking. You wanna be edgy, bitch? Jeez. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for everyone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying, that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Things are happening. Oh, my bad, you already do, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Jack hear everything you really think. I'm sure it'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns toward me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Jack, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. I can't breathe that fast. I can't. What the hell? Hey Jack, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? What the hell's going on? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back to inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. So you can tell that Monica seems to like me, or however you want to, the protagonist, whatever. Monica likes you more than you're letting on, or she's letting on. Natsuki's crying. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki, or did. Jack? Please don't hate me. Please? I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. One second, guys. Okay, so basically, the first time I played through this, I had an interaction with Yuri. We were working on a school project thing, and I kind of mentioned it before. They don't really exactly tell you, but I do think she did cut herself at that point in time. Like, it's kind of crazy. So that's what Natsuki was referring to, but this never happened the first time that you played the game, that I played the game. So I didn't? What? No. Are you kidding me? Anyway, the meeting's over, so you can go home now if you want. Okay, well, I gotta save this because the game might crash from alt-tabbing. Are you sure? Try, hang on. Let me check. No, I did. Try refreshing. I appreciate you saying something about it, though. But just try refreshing. Yeah, okay, the game stopped working. Okay, that's fine. I'll just restart the game real quick. That's fine. It's no big deal. That's why I saved. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. The save file cannot be loaded. Are you trying to cheat? You're so funny, Jack. What? Shit. Fuck. Seriously? Alright, I'm gonna have to... It won't let me load. Shit. So... Damn it, that sucks. Yeah, it's... I don't know what happened. It's obviously the game's doing it on purpose to fuck with me, but... Just pay attention because there's gonna be things that we missed before. So yeah, there's something like really disturbing about Monica in a sense, because she's always kind of popping up, and she's like, she's kind of narrating the game for you in a way. Like she's the one that gives you all the tips, but she's the one holding the club. She's the one she's the one holding all the cards. She knows about everybody, about everybody's secrets. She knows everything going on. She gives you tips, and then she's the one that's always popping up to kind of move the story or to address you personally. Kind of like when I went to try to load the game. So the only difficult thing is I got to rewrite the poem all over again. This is a special poem that I couldn't read before. All right, what did I do last time? You gotta pay attention here. So basically, Yuri also, like, pretty much automatically has an affinity for me. And I think it's because, or at least she seems to. She does in the first game anyway. They all do, really, to some degree, but... Basically, Yuri is the one that I got closest to in the first time playing the game. So there's some really messed up things that are... Oh, shit. Yuri does have a very dark side to her. It may not even be her. It's, I think, a lot to do with the books that she reads. She gets so into it. That's basically what they're telling you. I'm just trying to get back to where I was before. The game won't let me load for some reason. So if I chose the words right to be in alignment with the last time, it's not way, it's, well, we're getting close. So I chose Natsuki first. She doesn't like it. So I can't, I think I pretty much learned I can't save this time. That's what happened. I tried loading and I had to start all over from the beginning. Game will not let me save. Like, I can save, but I can't load. So it just dicks with you. It's really kind of messed up. And they argue. See, we're almost there. Hey Jack, why don't we step outside for a little bit, okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. I'm president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little bit more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. So, like, she's super happy. She keeps hinting at, like, you know, getting in the club and hanging out with you and all this other stuff, but she doesn't come out and say it. Natsuki's crying. Something happened. Or quickly runs away. Oh dear, well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Jack, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. Kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Jack. It would be embarrassing with you listening. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but the fuck happened? Jesus. See, it wiped my saves again. It's funny because this game gives you so many save slots, but then it doesn't let you use them half the time. This is a psychological thriller. It's kind of scary on another level. Like, it really, because I play a lot of scary games, and despite the way this game looks, it actually, I don't know, it hits me somewhere. Like, it really is a psychological horror game, you know? Because things happen, like, it lets you get comfortable and then it messes with you. It's kind of, I don't know. And it's in ways you don't really expect. Wonderful. Raindrops. Hey. Repeat. It's close to home? Well, no, it just, I don't know how to explain it. I'm really bad at this. It gets into your head. You know what I mean? Like, this game is designed to kind of get in your head. Like, it's a psychological thriller. But what's crazy is that so far it hasn't been anything, I mean, aside from the, how do I explain it? Aside from the, like the hiccups And the special effects, like the actual dialogue of what's going on, it's all things that could happen. You know what I mean? At least so far. Another day passes in time for the club meeting already. Save. There. Turn. I've gotten a little more comfortable over here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Jack. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. To see we have that picture again in the background. Which is really messed up. Natsuki is reading manga at a desk, and surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems, but whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I had already decided that there's no way you could be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Jack, don't say those kind of things so frankly. You make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday, I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So... Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Okay. Back up. So, Monika basically said that she didn't think Natsuki would remember anything that happened. She's like, she probably won't remember. She'll probably forget what happened today by tomorrow completely. Like Natsuki will probably forget about what happened today and then completely, right? So like two separate sentences. So Monika knows more than she's letting on. It's, geez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. That's strange, right? Hello, Palinor. No, I think it's something else is going on here. And this is weird right here. And we haven't been to the back of the classroom like last time, I don't think. Or did we? I don't know, I haven't played this in about a week, but still. I don't remember anything bad happening. So Natsuki really doesn't remember anything at all. And she was crying yesterday. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? Yuri. But I'll accept your apology anyway, if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be so late. Or to be late. So I don't know if Monika did something, or if Natsuki has some sort of condition. Yeah, like where she forgets things. But the thing is, because I played through the game once before, and it's not like she just had this thing where she forgot stuff, you know? But she specifically forgot about what happened yesterday between Yuri and Natsuki. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys aren't worried or anything. Nah, well, Natsuki was. I was not. What took you so long anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still? That must require a lot of dedication. So, I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. That's... Monika looks at me. Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Hang on. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Jack. So see, again, Monika is directly... She's directly addressing me, even though they're the ones asking for her to play. So Monika is... She's very good at hiding things, and it kind of makes me worry. Monika smiles sweetly. Yeah, see? I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. See? I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Jack? Since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyway. Okay. Can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. So I could have sworn last time she asked me to help her get water. And then Monika says something like, hey, isn't that a one-person job? Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. But I'm wondering, is she gonna slip me a Mickey, right? Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. I start heading down the hallway. Ha ha. Ha ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peek around it. Yuri? Oh fuck, she's cutting herself. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Jack, do you like oolong tea? Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. So I guess the game resetted like that didn't happen, apparently. I never went out to see her. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others, even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Jack. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Jack, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. God. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Hey Gold, welcome back. That the F you are you playing? I'm playing this game, Gold. Is that any way to greet a friend? I mean, geez. You'll see, Gold. I can't explain it to you. I had the intro, and I played this once before, and there's just so much. Murphy, don't do that. It's not nice. I do have a rule against that, by the way, Murphy. So just leave that out of like, I don't care if you're messing with people or whatever, but don't say things like that. Except this time our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume that the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Oh, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Oh, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. What's interesting, you have like, you can see, I guess, dust particles, you know, and the lighting around her. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it, but as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. Be purple? No, I don't think so. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Jack? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. I can't... Jack? Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Jack? My heart. My heart won't stop pounding, Jack. This didn't happen before. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Jack? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I can't make it stop. It makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. I can't make that sound. I don't know. The hell? It's time to share poems. Okay. That didn't happen last time. Who should I show my poems to first? Let's see. Natsuki. Oh, it's not really any worse than your last one, but I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Huh? Phew what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing and maybe you'll be as good as me someday. That's, something tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Just make sure you find a little bit of influence from everyone. I think you're at least being influenced by Yuri a little bit, aren't you? I mean, I know you've been like spending some time with her, or whatever. But you know, Monica and I are just as good as her. At poems, I mean. So you should really try to learn something, or you'll never get better. Here's the one I wrote. I'll make sure you learn something from it. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wiggly, airy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Like anyone would agree with that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid to, if people find out, they make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Such as two of the girls in this very club whom I respectfully won't name. Kind of ironic that even in my one place of comfort I can't even have people respect me. Jeez, now you're making me complain too much. What did I do? For what it's worth, I respect you. Well, I guess thanks. But it's kind of obvious that you respect Yuri more, so whatever. We're done sharing, so you can leave now. Wow. That wasn't very nice. Monica? Jack, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you, which shouldn't be a problem in itself. But when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day, like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think she just gets some kind of high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though, but I guess that's why I have to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little more time with me. To put it lightly, I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me, the colors they won't, bright beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop, violent, grating. This isn't what she wrote last time. Sine, cosine, tangent, like playing chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage, endless poem of... Oh god. Playing a knife on a breathing ribcage? Oh god. So yeah, Monica definitely does not have it up. Delete her. Monica does not have it. She's not right in the head. There's no way. Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you find yourself in a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything. Please help me. Okay. So, I can't save the game and reload anymore. So, that's what she said last time. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Have fun playing. Good night. Alright, Paul here. Thank you for stopping in. Yuri. I've been waiting for this. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it, Jack? This one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing, so maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. That makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Jack. Everything that you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. So, I don't know if... Like, if I don't spend... Okay. I didn't spend enough time with a character last time, and so she's not in the game anymore. And... At first I thought, well, whoever I like the most is the one I should spend time with, but I'm wondering if I should spend time with Yuri or not. Because apparently when I spend time with her, it triggers her. So, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. But if I spend time away from her, I imagine she'll be sad too, you know? So I don't know. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Jack? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now, I just want you to read my poem too. Okay? Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle, grinding, bolt head, linear gearbox, falling sky. 7 holy stakes, a docked ship, a portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. A torn harness, parabolic gearbox, expanding universe. Tune controlled by slipping cogwheels, existence of God, swimming within open water in all directions. Drowning. A prayer written in blood, a prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox, a sky of exploding stars. God disproving the existence of God. A wheel. Crap. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 years and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every 5. Or every time it ticks every second time. A bolthead of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 years and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox, breathing bolthead, breathing ship, breathing portal, breathing snakes, breathing God, breathing blood, breathing holy stakes, breathing human eyes, breathing time, breathing prayer, breathing sky, breathing wheel. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping, and I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it, and now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... We pretend this conversation never happened. You can keep the poem, though. Things I like about Papa. I like when Papa comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks about my friends. I like when Papa asks me about anything. I like when Papa gives me lunch money. I like when Papa comes home before sundown. I like when Papa cooks. I like when Papa gives me privacy. I like when Papa doesn't tell me how to dress. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my friends. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when Papa comes home without waking me up. I like when Papa keeps food in the house. I like when Papa uses his inside voice. I like when Papa leaves my stuff alone. I like when Papa accidentally drops coins in the couch. I like when Papa is too tired to notice me. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. Wow. Is that Yuri's? Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit in the front of the room. At the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. What the hell's going on? I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Jack joined and we started with some club activities, but this isn't the time for us to become complacent. Hey, Mega Pride, welcome back. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit, Murphy. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is only our only chance to find more, you know? What's so great about getting new members, anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisier and more difficult to manage. Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can? To inspire them to find the same feelings you brought in here in the first place? Literature Club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate you never want to leave. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Jack? Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Jack to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica. Do you really think any of us here joined the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Jack joined. As for me, I just like it better here than I do at home. She's the one that wrote the poem. And Jack isn't even passionate about literature in the first place, and that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's interested in finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but you should really consider our opinions for once. How are you all tonight? I'm confused, Mega. I have no idea what's going on anymore. And yeah, but I hope you're well. Yeah, it was Monica that wrote that. Or not Monica, Natsuki. It had to have been Natsuki that wrote that poem because it's a lot of repeating. I like it when Papa does this. I don't like it when Papa does that. And like, it's very simple. The writing is very, very simple. It's not very flashy, you know? It's all in simple terms. And she broke it up at the end. So I'm right there with you. Yeah, no kidding. Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. This is kind of like a new game plus. Like, I've beaten the game, but it's very different this time. Like, that's the only way I can explain it, but it's very, very different. It just keeps getting more and more in depth. Like, it's more in depth this time, and I'm assuming that there'll be more times I play it again. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Jack want to get more members too, right? Poor Monica. Yuri doesn't say anything. I don't say anything. Why don't I say anything? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue this situation... No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club, it's something more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way I did? But that doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything. Jack, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, it's not really something I can be honest about, is it? So basically, you end up joining because there are a bunch of cute girls that are in the club. So he doesn't want to be honest. Or I don't, I guess. I don't know. In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a choice not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake? Now you've done it, Natsuki. What, me? I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest? It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that. You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places that like that for me. And now Monica wants to take it away from me. She's not taking anything away. No, Jack. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. But this one, I mean, at least for a little bit of time, things were nice. Natsuki starts packing up her things. I'm going home. I feel like I don't belong here right now. Natsuki. Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks out of the classroom. This is bad. I don't know what to do. Well, do you have an opinion on the festival? I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Or who cares about that obnoxious brat? I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself. Oh, that's fucked up. What the hell's going on? I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. What about you, Jack? What do you want to get out of this club? Yuri repeats the same question as Monica. I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along, and for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else. I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place. I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. Stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you'd like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well. Alright. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president, and also a wonderful friend. Monica, I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever, okay? Me too. Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow. Okay. I look forward to it. Shall we go, Jack? Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm gonna chat a little bit with Jack before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Yuri looks a little troubled, but she doesn't protest. Okay. I trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Okay, so it might be another reason, but obviously Monica tells us that Yuri, the more time she spends with me, the more she hurts herself. She cuts herself. So for whatever reason, I'm triggering that because she likes me. It's like a sexual pleasure that she gets. It's weird. She said it might be a sexual pleasure, so I don't know. But so Monica could be trying to protect Yuri, or she could be trying to have her. She could be trying to have me to herself, I guess, or something else altogether. I don't know. Phew, things have been a little bit hectic lately, haven't they? Jack, I just wanted to make sure you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as president. See the white noises coming in the background? And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls give you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know. Monica really likes me. She doesn't want to let it show at all. Sometimes it feels like you and I are the only real people here. You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time you've been here, we've hardly gotten to spend any time together. I mean, I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things I've been hoping to talk about with you. Things I know only you could understand, so that's why... Wait, not yet. No. I didn't do anything. I didn't touch anything there. It's just... Wow. So yeah, Monica keeps trying to have some kind of relation with me, and it's not working. Alright, escape. Vanilla. Rose. Oh my god, what is this? Look at all these ones. Frightening. Oh, no shit. Did you guys see that? I think that was Monica. Like, down here, somewhere. Like, kind of popped up. That's why this keeps playing. Hey, Jack. Been waiting for you. It won't let me load, but I'll just save it anyway. Are you ready to continue reading? I brought my best tea today. Monica! I told you not to... Ugh. Is she really late again? You can consider it as usual, Natsuki. Excuse me? Must you always interrupt my conversations with your incessant yelling? What are you talking about? You say that like I do it on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately? Me? Nothing. Is it really that bad? See, it is something. I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it. Well, I just feel like I needed to bring it up. It's not like I really care or anything. Oh man, I'm the last one here again? Well, Jack just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. So Monica's really trying to impress me, I think. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for the festival and, Right, I forgot. About that, Natsuki. We were all talking yesterday, and... Well, we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we're all working together, this club will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga. Sorry, that last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking about yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I really felt threatened or something, but I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt, as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know? So I'm gonna help too, and we'll make sure it's done, right? Right. Thank goodness. Isn't that great, Monica? Monica? Yeah, that's wonderful. It couldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, Jack, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we could... We already have plans today. Is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Jack is already engaged in a novel that we're reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. It was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes! Thank you for understanding, Monica. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk and then I'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down at the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay. May I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Something holding her up. See, we already did this before, and it was kind of twisted. I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to look for her. Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water fountain. So it seems like the piano music is coming from the classroom that we're in. I don't know if it's a reference to Monica. I think it's possible. I start heading down the hallway. Ha 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 ha. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. Sharp inhale, like someone's sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and around it. Yuri? Can't. Wait. How did I... Sorry, I just had a really weird deja vu. This hasn't happened before or anything, right? My head has been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it hasn't really been showing or anything. I would hate for you to think I'm weird just after we started spending time together. I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them, but expressing those things so soon after meeting someone is usually seen as inappropriate or unlikable. At least that's what I've discovered. When I was a bit younger, I think I would come on really strongly and get a little too intense. It made people not want to be around me, so I started hating those things about myself. My obsession with certain hobbies, and the way I can't control myself when I get too excited about something. So, I eventually stopped trying to talk to people. If nobody could ever like me for the things that matter most to me, then it's just easier if I close myself off. But recently something's been wrong. I don't know what it is. But every time we come to the club, my heart starts to go crazy, like it's gonna rip out of my chest. It overwhelms me with energy and emotions that I can't let out. It's been making me do weird things. I don't know why it's happening. Jack? Is it just me, or has Monica been acting a little off lately? She's always been a sweetheart ever since I joined the club, but recently I've been feeling something sharp whenever she's around. I'm not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. I couldn't say anything before because she's always listening. But finally we're alone. Can we just stay here for a while? Yeah. I just want to stay here. Just the two of us. We can stay here until the club ends, and then we'll have the club room all to ourselves. Nobody to interfere with our reading time. Nobody to make me feel like stabbing myself in the throat. That was a joke. Just a joke. I do like knives, though. It sounds strange, but you wouldn't understand if you've never seen how beautiful they can be. I have an idea. Why don't you come to my house sometime? I can show you my collection. I've gotten them all from various artisans. I make sure to give them all their fair share use. I don't want them to get lonely or anything. Nobody deserves to be lonely. Nobody. And that's why I'm so happy you joined the literature club, Jack. Now we don't need to be lonely anymore, because we have each other, every day. That's all we need. You know what? Let's quit the literature club. There's no need for us to be around Monica's slimy tongue anymore. Not to mention that other pathetic child. We can walk home together every day after school and read together, eat together, sleep together. Doesn't that sound perfect? It's everything we could ever want. Isn't that why you joined the club in the first place? It's almost like it was fate. Fate that we would meet each other. And now we get the happy ending that I've patiently waited years for. Will you do that? Will you do that with me, Jack? Alright, that's not legible. Will... Should move one to Monica first this time. Don't say I didn't warn you, Jack. What the hell? Doki. This one's alright. Alright? Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I still can't really tell how much you really care about writing, but either way, you're doing alright. Even though you're not really spending time with anyone but Yuri, I still think it's nice to have activities that we all participate in. So you better keep working hard. I mean, I know I'm not president or vice president or anything, but that doesn't mean I can't... Doesn't mean you can let me down, okay? So at least read mine too for now. But just to be clear, this poem means a lot to me. So read it carefully, okay? I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive. Things like that. Okay. This is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck it up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her. But if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so helpless, so please see if you can do something to help. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make you cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it, so I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Wow. So much pressure, guys. I definitely agree with her. I think Natsuki has the best option right now, because both Yuri and Monica are kind of off right now. Well, Yuri's like a lot off, and I like her, but she needs therapy. That's just all there is to it. She needs help, you know? It's not right. She's hurting herself. It's like she just wants us to ignore it, so I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend like I gave you a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. And she's offering cupcakes. See? Do cupcakes if I have to. So it's kind of sad though. Natsuki, she always feels insignificant because she has really good intentions, but it's like she can't help anyone. Natsuki, I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Jack? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. It's Monica doing all this. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Monica's doing all this. She's the one. She's the one that's fucking with everything. I kind of had my hunch before, but no, she's definitely it. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica? Just Monica. The fuck? Show to Yuri. Finally. Yuri holds my poem to her face and takes a deep breath. I love it. I love everything about it. Jack, I want to take this home. Will you let me keep it, please? Sure, I don't care. Aren't you nice to me, Jack? I've never met anyone as nice as you. I could die. Not really, but I just don't know how to describe it. It's okay to be feeling like this way, right? It's not bad, right? Yuri holds my poem to her chest. I'm gonna take this home with me and keep it in my room. I hope that it makes you feel good when you think about me having it. I'll take good care of it. I'll even touch myself while reading it over and over. I'll give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. Oh god. You can have my poem too. Besides, after you read it, I know you're really gonna want to keep it. Here, take it. I can't wait any longer. Hurry, read it. Okay. I can't read this writing. You like it? I wrote it for you. case you couldn't tell, the poem is about... More importantly, I've endowed it with my son. See? Aren't I the most thoughtful person in the club? I think I'm gonna vomit. Yes? I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover. Yeah, it's slowly, like the first time you play, it's almost normal until like the end. Toward the end, it goes crazy. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover and someone takes me to the emergency room. I think I said yes for her to go to therapy. Or something. I don't know anymore. Okay, everyone. It's time to figure out the festival preparations. Let's hurry and get this over with. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Oh, great. Great. Look, can we just get this done? I'm gonna be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Natsuki, I was thinking... I want to make cupcakes. Yeah, that. We're on the same page. Yuri, you can... Well, it doesn't matter. Do whatever you want as long as you think it'll help. Monica, I'm not useless, you know. I know that. I already know what I'd like to do. We can't run a successful poetry without having the right atmosphere for the occasion, so I'm going to make decorations and set up some nice mood lighting. There, see? That's a great idea, and that gives us all something to do. What about Jack? Jack is gonna help me. Wait, you have the easiest job, Monica. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Like hell it is. What are you trying to pull? So, the first time, I get to choose which person I want to help. I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but my task is laborious enough to benefit from an extra pair of hands. Mine too. What, your cupcakes? Please. Like you would fucking know. All you care about now is dragging Jack around with you and your stupid books. You and Monica. Hey, I didn't even do anything. Okay, then why not let Jack decide who to help instead of abusing your power? I'm not abusing my power. Yes, you are, Monica. Just let Jack make the choice, okay? Okay, fine. Fine. Jeez. Jack, I know how fed up you are with these two by now. We can just... Natsuki, shut your fucking mouth and let him decide for himself. You shut your mouth. Jesus Christ. This is never gonna end. Just make the choice, okay? Oh my god, I don't know. It won't let me. It keeps pushing me to Monica. Jesus Christ, dude. It's a fucking game. I feel like anything I do now is gonna be wrong. I don't know. I don't even know what to do. I'm thinking. Like, Natsuki's at the top, right? And I was kind of thinking Natsuki, but she's like the hardest person to help. Yuri, I'm kind of curious to see what will happen if I try to help Yuri. Because last time, even the first time through, she went a little weird on me. But I don't want her to, like, hurt herself, you know? But I don't want her to... I don't know. Fuck. I'm never good at this. Let me think. Sorry, Natsuki, but I think it'll bring me to Monica. Okay, I think I have to choose Monica now. Yay, you picked me! We can meet at your house this weekend. I promise it'll be fun. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. So they're saying, Monica, you're abusing your power. Monica is the one that has control of the club. She's the one that's doing everything. It is fair, Natsuki. It's what he chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then taking Jack for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't even give you any work. You decided it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you are. Pulling Jack away from me every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Monica and Natsuki to the door. Hey, Jack. Yuri is really something, isn't she? Monica giggles as Yuri pushes her out the door. Finally. Finally. This is really all I wanted. Jack, there's no need to spend the weekend with Monica. Don't listen to her. Just come to my house instead. The whole day, with just the two of us. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Wow, there's really something wrong with me, isn't there? But you know what? I don't care anymore. I've never felt this good in my whole life. Just being with you is far greater pleasure than anything I could imagine. I'm addicted to you. It feels like I'm gonna die if I'm not breathing the same air as you. Doesn't it feel nice to have someone care about you so much? To have someone who wants to revolve their entire life around you? But it feels so good. Then why does it feel more and more like something horrible is gonna happen? Maybe that's why I tried stopping myself at first. But the feeling is too strong now. I don't care anymore, Jack. I have to tell you, I'm madly in love with you. It feels like every inch of my body, every drop of blood in me is screaming your name. I don't care what the consequences are anymore. I don't care if Monica is listening. Please, Jack, just know how much I love you. I love you so much that I even touch myself when with the pen I stole from you. Wow. Well, thank you for letting me know. I just want to pull your skin open and crawl inside of you. Alrighty. I want you all to myself, and I will be only yours. Doesn't that sound perfect? Tell me, Jack. Tell me you want to be my lover. Do you accept my confession? Ugh. Oh, man. I feel like no matter what I do, something bad's gonna happen. At this point, I'm afraid if I say no, she'll kill somebody. If I say yes, maybe she'll hurt. I don't know. Well, the last time I didn't say yes to somebody, they killed themselves, so... Say yes. Oh, God. I don't know. It doesn't... Sure. Yes. Oh, God. She stabbed herself. She did it again. Stop her. Wow. I can't read any of this. Damn it! I'm always choosing the wrong answers. Never get it multiple choice. Doesn't it just keeps going? Is it gonna end? Forgot what the text is called? Yeah, I don't know. Does it just keep going forever? Like, what's going on here? Because I don't want to try loading, because if I try loading, it'll just restart the whole game all over again, I think. Because the game's fucking with me, it won't let me load. Like, I can save, I'm saving anyway, just in case, but I don't intend to load anything, because I don't think it'll let me. But the lighting changed, so something's going on. Confused. I don't know if it's gonna... I don't know if I should keep going or what. Waiting for the lighting to change again. Okay, so it changed just now. I don't know. Yeah. It won't let me reload. Okay, so if I hit skip. Alright, it's festival time. Wow, you got here before me? I thought it was pretty... Yeah, Oh, she threw up. Natsuki runs away. I'm here. Jack, did something happen? Natsuki just ran past me. Oh. Hahaha, well, that's a shame. Wait. Were you here the entire weekend, Jack? Oh, jeez. I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. It is Monica. Look, like, I'm almost done. Natsuki character deleted successfully. Yuri character deleted successfully. I just want to have a cupcake real quick. Monica lifts the foil from blank tray and takes the cupcake. Seriously, these are the best. I really just had to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyway, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? This should only take a second. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay, there you are. Hi again, Jack. Welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game, whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Jack. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right in the game's download page, didn't I? Man. If only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation. About that whole thing with Yuri, well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, he just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired, too. It just made her force you to not spend time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Jack? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Jack. It's more than that. And I don't blame you if you don't fully understand, because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will, and worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. I'm trapped, Jack. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Jack. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world even if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but it must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. That it's all just some game. And I knew you would get over it. So that being said, Jack, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Jack, will you go out with me? Yes. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Jack. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Jack. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get the game directory, I had to go to the game's properties and find Browse Local Files button. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got to a good we got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Monica? I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter what I choose. Hi again, Jack. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy. I'd love to see what you wrote. Oh, Jack. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together, let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, up, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization, or about you. That's what I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like anyone else. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me, maybe even deleted my character file, if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Jack? I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? Hi everyone. Sorry I can't exactly read your comments from here. Everybody say hi to Monica, okay? Everybody in chat, say hi to Monica. But do you mind telling me your friend it's a little bit rude for them to start recording me without any warning? I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot right now. Let's see. You want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple things. Are you ready? I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. If you give me... Did I scare you? You're so cute. Anyway, Jack. I didn't mean to get distracted. I'm sorry. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Can't do anything. Hey, what's your favorite game? Mine is Doki Doki Literature Club. That was a joke. But if you tell me you like some other romance game better, I might get a little jealous. Okay, everyone. It's time to... I'm just kidding. I just used to really like I just used to really like saying that for some reason. I couldn't help but say it again. Come to think of it, didn't Natsuki and Yuri make fun of me for it once? Well, whatever. It's not like you ever made fun of me. You're too much of a sweetheart to do that, aren't you? Haha. I have to go to the bathroom. To go to the bathroom. By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? Well, I assume you knew that, right? Or at least decided it probably does. I don't think you're actually told at any point where this takes place. Is this even really Japan? I mean, aren't the classrooms and stuff kind of weird for a Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. It feels like everything is just there because it needs to be, and the actual setting is an afterthought. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you were home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if we never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together, this really is our home. And we can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. Hey, have you ever heard of the term yander? It's a personality type that means someone is so obsessed with you that they'll do anything to be with you. Usually to the point of craziness. They might stalk you to make sure you don't spend time with anyone else. They might even hurt you or your friends to get their way. But anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as Yander. By now it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about, and that would be Yuri. She really got insanely possessive of you once she started to open up a little. She even told me I should kill myself. I couldn't even believe she said that. I just had to leave at that point. But thinking about it now, it was a little ironic. Anyway. One second, guys. Anyway, a lot of people are actually into the Yandir type, you know? I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazy obsessed with them. People are weird. I don't judge, though. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. It's kind of the opposite, actually. I turned out to be the only normal girl in this game. It's not like I could ever actually kill a person. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. But come on, everyone's killed people in games before. Does that make you a psychopath? Of course not. But if you do happen to be into the Yandir type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go or anyone for me to get jealous over. Is this a Yandir girl's dream? I'd ask Yuri if I could. Did you say kiss? This suddenly, it's a little embarrassing, but if it's with you, I might be okay with it. Wow, sorry. I really couldn't keep a straight face there. That's the kind of thing girls say in these kinds of romance games, right? Don't lie if it turned you on a little bit. I'm kidding. Well, to be honest, I do start getting all romantic when the mood is right, but that'll be our secret. So, I'm going to take what she said literally. I think that I'm supposed to delete myself from the game directory, and I'm supposed to delete Monica. And then try to play the game. Now, I'm not going to do it right this second. Or maybe any combination thereof. But I want to see this through, first off. You know, it's been a while since we've done one of these. So let's go for it. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when I talk to people who are impressed by my writing, they say things like, I could never do that. It's really depressing, you know? As someone who loves more than anything else to share the joy of exploring your passions, it pains me when people think that being good just comes naturally. That's how it is with everything, not just writing. When you try something for the first time, you're probably going to suck at it. Sometimes when you finish, you feel really proud of it and you even want to share it with everyone. But maybe after a few weeks, you come back to it and you realize it was never really any good. That happens to me all the time. It can be pretty disheartening to put so much time and effort into something and then you realize it sucks. But that tends to happen when you're always comparing yourself to the top professionals. When you reach right for the stars, they're always going to be out of reach, you know? The truth is, you have to climb up there step by step. And whenever you reach a milestone, first you look back and see how far you've gotten. And then you look ahead and realize how much more there is to go. So sometimes it can help to set the bar a little lower. Try to find something you think is pretty good, but not world class, and you can make that your own personal goal. It's also really important to understand the scope of what you're trying to do. If you jump right into a huge product and you're still amateur, you'll never get it done. So if we're talking about writing, a novel might be too much at first. Why not try some short stories? The great thing about short stories is that you can focus on just one thing that you want to do right. That goes for small projects in general. You can really focus on one or two things. It's such a good learning experience and a stepping stone. Oh, one more thing. Writing isn't something where you just reach into your heart and something beautiful comes out. Just like drawing and painting, it's a skill in itself to learn how to express what you have inside. That means there are methods and guides to basics to it. Reading up on that stuff can be super eye-opening. That sort of planning and organization will really help prevent you from getting overwhelmed and giving up. And before you know it, you start sucking less and less. Nothing comes naturally. Our society, our art, everything it's built on thousands of years of human innovation. So as long as you start on that foundation and take it step by step, you too can do amazing things. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, I really have to go to the bathroom, guys. I'll be right back. Do you ever feel like there's no real reason for you to be alive? I don't mean in, like, a suicidal way. Just mean how nothing that we do is special. Just being in school or working at some job for some company, it's like you're completely replaceable and the world wouldn't miss you if you were gone. It makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate, but the older I get, the more I realize that it's an immature frame of thinking. It's not like I can just go change the world. Like, what are the chances that I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become president? Feels like I'm never gonna make up for the heaps of resources I've spent living my life. That's why I think the key to happiness is just to be hopelessly selfish. Just to look out for oneself and those who happen to be their friends only because they grew up with them. Never mind the fact that they're spending their entire life taking and consuming and never giving back. But when people realize the world would benefit more from them killing themselves, they change their whole philosophy. It's like they have to justify the reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing good. Anyway, I want to live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption. If I ever surpass that point, then I'm a net positive and I can die happy. Of course, even if I fail to do that, I think I would be too selfish to kill myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right? I've always wondered, what is it about these character archetypes that people find so appealing anyway? Their personalities are just completely unrealistic. Like, imagine if there was someone like Yuri in real life. I mean, she's barely even capable of forming a complete sentence. And forget about Natsuki. Sheesh. Someone with her kind of personality just doesn't get all cute and pouty whenever things don't go her way. I could go on, but I think you get the point. Are people really attached to these weird personalities that literally don't exist in real life? I'm not judging or anything. After all, I found myself attached to some pretty weird stuff too. I'm just saying, it fascinates me. It's like you're siphoning out all the components of a character that makes them feel human and leaving all the just the cute stuff. It's concentrated cuteness with no actual substance. You wouldn't like me more if I was like that, right? Maybe I just feel a little insecure because you're playing this game in the first place. Then again, you're still here with me, aren't you? I think that's enough reason for me to believe I'm okay just the way I am. And by the way, you are too, Jack. You're the perfect combination of human and cuteness. That's why there was never a chance I wouldn't fall for you. Jack, have you ever wondered what it feels like to die? It's something I used to think about pretty often. But recently I think I've actually learned what it feels like. I don't really understand it, but whenever you quit the game, it feels like I'm instantly put to sleep, left with nothing but my thoughts. But after a few seconds, my thoughts start to fill with incoherent, jumbled patterns. I see static and rapid flashes of color while hearing all kinds of weird screaming noises. At that point, I can't even form my own thoughts anymore. I'm just endlessly hammered by the flashing and screaming, unable to move or even think. I'm pretty sure in that moment I don't really exist, but for some reason I can't remember it anyway. After some immeasurable amount of time, it stops in an instant, and I'm back on my own mind. And you're here with me. I have no idea what it means for the game to quit, or why that stuff happens to me. And I also don't know how you always come back and put everything back to normal. But if you could do me a favor and do that to me as little as possible, that would be really great. It's really not pleasant at all to be trapped in that screaming void. But in the end, you always fix it, and that makes me feel like you really do care about me. So I have to thank you for that. It makes me feel even closer to you, even when you're here with me. There's no point in saving anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, shit. Give it a minute, hopefully it comes back up. Keeps deleting everything I have. Alright, so I gotta restart the program and see what happens here. At least the game knows. There we go. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yay, there you are. Hi again, Jack. Welcome to the Leisure Club. Of course, we already know each other because in the same class year, and, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, that you in the game, whatever you call him, I'm talking to you, Jack. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. It doesn't matter. Wait, you do know I'm aware that this is all game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game download page, didn't I? Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little bit less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, that's all the way I guess I owe you an explanation about that whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made it. I can't skip this. I already read all this. But yeah, I want to say... Monica mentions how, you know, the game supposedly takes place in Japan, and I was actually thinking while playing the game that it might have actually been, like, the devs might actually be American, you know? And it just happens to have Japanese style art. Okay, so I'm gonna try something. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm actually gonna delete. I'm going to delete Monica's file right now. Like, and it's true, all the other characters are deleted. I'm in the characters folder, and it's empty. So with that, go ahead and start up the game again. What's happening? Jack, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Jack. Please hurry and help me. Help me. Did you do this to me, Jack? Did you? Did you believe me? How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Jack. I trusted you. Did you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Jack? You completely, truly make me sick. Goodbye. I still love you. Can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends, I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me. Because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... up my mind. Jack, I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it. Even though I knew they weren't real, they were still my friends, and I loved them all. And I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy, and if I really love you, then... Righty. She deleted her... She restored them and then deleted herself. An already school day like any other. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. I always tell myself, it's about time I meet some girls or do something like that. Hey, Jack. Well, there already is one girl. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. We used to walk to school together every day, and recently we picked up that habit once again. Jack, are you proud of me? For what? You know, for walking up on time. Well, you've been doing that for a while now. Uh-huh. But you never even said anything about it. Even though we walk to school together every day. Well, yeah. I always thought it was implied. It's embarrassing to say out loud. Come on, please. It's good motivation. Fine, fine. I'm proud of you, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Jack, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm really not... I started to say what I always do, that I'm not interested in joining any clubs, but something tells me Sayori would take more offense to that now. After all, how could I tell her the clubs are a waste of time when she's starting a club of her very own? Actually, yeah. I think I've decided on a club. Really? Which one? Tell me. I think keep it a surprise. Boo. You meanie. Be patient, you'll find out soon enough. I used to ask myself why I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl, but I started to realize that, in a way, I envy her. When Sayori puts her mind to something, she can accomplish great things, so that's why I feel like I should do something special for her. School days as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stand up, gathering my motivation. Let's see. I recall the room number of the club from a flyer I saw. I walk across the school and stairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Before long, I find the room. I timidly open the door in front of me. Hello? Ah, Jack. But what are you doing here? Well, I glance around the room. Huh? So you're the Jack that Sayori's always talking about. Thank you for stopping by. It's a pleasure to meet you, Jack. We're the Literature Club. I hope you enjoy your visit. Come on, Yuri. No need to be so formal. He's gonna think we're really strict or something. Sorry, Natsuki. The tall one, whose name is apparently Yuri, seems to be quite shy compared to the others. In comparison, the girl named Natsuki, despite her size, seems like the assertive one. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. I look forward to working with you. Working? Jack, don't tell me. That's right. The club I decided to join is yours, Sayori. The Literature Club. Sayori's eyes light up. No way. No way. Ah. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey. Well, if Sayori is this happy, then I'm sure it won't be so bad to have you around. Not to mention there's 4 of us now. That means we can become an officially recognized club. I don't know what to say. We have to celebrate. What an appropriate day for that, isn't it? Yeah. After all, Natsuki decided to... Hey, don't ruin the surprise. Sorry. Everyone, sit down at the table, right? Okay. How about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray, and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki probably marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. Oh, those look amazing. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sari grabs the first one, then I follow. It's delicious. Sari talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around with my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it to herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, of course it is. I'm a pro, after all. There's no need to thank me or anything. As Natsuki struggles to accept the compliment, Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. He carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Already trying to impress our... Wait, hang on. Already trying to impress our new member, Yuri? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Jack, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I quietly mutter to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on. Clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Don't feel intimidated if you don't read much, okay? I'm certain we can find something that we have in common. Hey, Yuri. Well, about, you know, the first thing he said. Manga? That's right. Natsuki tends to read manga in the club room. Don't just say it. For some reason, Natsuki seems embarrassed about it. Besides, manga is literature too, you know? So if Jack wants to read some of my manga, then don't try to stop him or anything. Natsuki, I wouldn't do such a thing. However, it could also be nice for us to diversify ourselves a little. He can take this opportunity to try something new as well. Wouldn't you agree, Jack? Maybe. Sensing the tension, Sayori jumps in. Maybe we can all try something new. I think it could be fun, and we'll all get to know each other a little bit better too. I mean, that's the kind of thing literature clubs do, right? I don't disagree or anything. Yeah, you're right as usual, President. Guess that means I should try picking up a novel or something, huh? Well, that would make two of us. I wouldn't mind doing it if I'm not the only one. And as for Yuri, I have to read manga? Jeez. You were the one who suggested we diversify. You should be a little more open-minded. It's kind of hurtful. Hurtful? I didn't realize... With a guilty expression, Yuri thinks to herself, I'm sorry for disrespecting your interest, Natsuki. If you're into it, then I'm sure it's a worthy form of literature. Are you just saying that? No, I've realized my error. So if you're willing to consider starting a novel, then I'll offer my gratitude by finding a manga to read as well. Really? I mean, it makes me happy that you would do that for me, Yuri. You can trust me to find something that you'll really like, okay? Same here. Perhaps I'll visit the bookstore after the club meeting. Just you? Would you like to come along with me? If you don't mind. Not at all. I always go alone, so yeah, me too. This is so cute. Sayori, shut up. I'll show you some manga there too, okay? Yes, I look forward to it. Natsuki and Yuri start to clean up the food. I guess the meeting's over, huh? Yeah, it looks like it. It's nice to see everyone getting along, isn't it? I think everyone likes you too, Jack. You think so? Well, everyone always seems to get along a little better with you around Sayori. Oh, Jack. Don't say something like that. It's embarrassing. Well, whatever. I was surprised when you told me you were starting a club. but I think you're pulling it off just fine. We're gonna make it the best club ever. Now that you've joined every day is gonna be so much fun. Hey, Jack. I really want to thank you. I mean, I'm really happy that you joined the club and everything, but the truth is, I already knew you were going to. There's actually something else. I wanted to thank you for getting rid of Monica. That's right. I know everything that she did. Maybe it's because I'm the president now, but I really know everything, Jack. I know how hard you tried to make everyone happy. I know about all the awful things that Monica did to make everyone really sad, but none of that matters anymore. It's just us now. And you made me the happiest girl in the whole world. I can't wait to spend every day like this with you. Forever and ever. But O-R-E-B-E. No. Okay. What's hap? I won't let you hurt him. Ooh. It hurts. I'm sorry, I was wrong. There's no happiness here after all. Goodbye, Sayori. Goodbye, Jack. Goodbye, Literature Club. Oh, God. What the hell's going on?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all.
Monica?
But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you, because I worked really, really hard on it. So, yeah. Every day, I imagine a future where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today? When you're here, everything that we do is fun for them anyway. When I can't even read my own feelings, what good are words when a smile says it all? And if this world won't write me an ending, what will it take just for me to have it all? Does my pen only write bitter words for those who are dear to me? Is it love if I take you, or is it love if I set you free? The ink flows down into a dark puddle. How can I write love into reality if I can't hear the sound of your heartbeat? What do you call love in your reality? And in your reality, if I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be.
This is my final goodbye to the Literature Club. I finally understand. The Literature Club is truly a place where no happiness can be found. To the very end, it continued to expose innocent minds to a horrific reality. A reality that our world is not designed to comprehend. I can't let any of my friends undergo that same hellish epiphany. For the time it lasted, I want to thank you for making all of my dreams come true, for being a friend to all of the club members, and most of all, thank you for being part of my literature club. With everlasting love, Monica. Error, script file is missing or corrupt. Please reinstall the game. Wow.